So hello, welcome back to Go Again Gaming. My name is Az, and today this is a serious conversation about content creation, tips, tricks, experiences, and just my journey, really, as to where I am now, what I'm going to be doing, and where I'm going to be going, basically. And how you can sort of take little bits of this and little bits of what I've experienced to maybe accentuate and empower yourself as well. So a lot of us smaller content creators recently got an email from LSS saying that they're going to be sending us a content creator appreciation kit number 2. Now, I was lucky enough to receive a content creator appreciation kit, the first one that they did about a year or so ago now, maybe longer, which included a playset of Herald of Protections as well as a playmat for the Herald of Protection as well as this little note up here, which says, I'll get it down for you, it's blue tacked up there so you can see it. Dear Go Again Gaming, thank you for your outstanding contribution to the Flesh and Blood community through the captivating content you've been making. With this gift, may your channel grow bigger and better than ever. And that was obviously from LSS, Legend Story Studios. So they're going to be sending me, as well as other content creators out there in the space, another one of these, which is going to contain, if anything, to go by the first one, it will probably contain a playmat of some sort and then a bunch of promos that we can all give away to help sort of accentuate, cultivate, and empower our communities that we've built over the last year or so, or however long you've been creating content for. So I imagine another handwritten letter to be coming, which is just such a great touch. It really is. That's why it's showcased behind my head like so. So yeah, a lot of us smaller content creators, and I say smaller because I don't think the big sort of content creators will be getting these kits because they've already established themselves in the community. They are already getting preview cards and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think they're the ones that really need this. It's still us, the smaller content creators, and yeah, I am still a very small content creator with 429 subscribers right now. That number could change. That could go down, but I'm going to notice that. If a subscriber joins me or joins us here at Go Again Gaming, or if a subscriber drops off, people like us, we notice that because we are still very, very small. And this is where LSS comes in to support these smaller content creators that they value making content for their awesome game. And they stepped in and they say, right, we're going to give you this as a token of our appreciation to, inspire you to keep going, to keep doing this. And they say to make a Patreon, make a platform where people can, people that connect with your content, people that like to watch you for you, they can support you if they want to do that through Patreon. They actually give you like a guide as to how to set it up. And that's ultimately what made me create mine last year when they sent me this. And shout out to all of my patrons. I know you all very, very well. You're in the Discord and you're always chatting in there. Thank you for your support. And all my patrons will be getting a piece of this appreciation kit. If the last one is anything to go by, you'll all be getting a piece of that for your continued support over the last year. So yeah, keep an eye out on that. But it's just a fantastic gesture from LSS. Again, I think I made a video last year about this as well. But this, it's just a fantastic thing, really, that they're doing to support us smaller creators. But that leads me on to the question about whoever's watching this now. Are you a content creator? Are you wanting to get into this space? Because the best thing to do would be just to do it. A year ago or so, I started, doing content on this game. I was doing little character guides and stuff. And when I look back at that old content, I was like, what was I doing? I didn't have any credibility at all as to what I was doing. I was just doing it because the passion was there. And that's what you should do. If the passion is there, if the love is there, then people are going to gravitate towards you. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're focusing on, just do it and people will come to you. Your audience is waiting for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Everyone is different on this platform. you know, and everyone's going to have different thoughts and opinions. And again, your audience is waiting for you. So, you know, people that tune into me are not going to be tuning into anybody else. Well, they might do, but they might prefer me over somebody else. But that's the great thing, is because we're all different. People gravitate towards different people, so there is always space for other people, other personalities to be in this game and in this awesome sphere that the Flesh and Blood community is. And the sphere is awesome. And my sort of advice to people that want to get involved with the community is to get Twitter and other social platforms, and just get in the faces of the people that inspire you. Get in the DMs, excuse me, of the people that inspire you. I never thought I would be able to get to play games and make videos with Red Zone Rogue and DM Armada. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do that. In comparison to people like that, I am name dropping now, but to give you some sense of scale, I've got 429 subscribers. That could be, you know, as this video released, it could be more or less. Red Zone Rogue, DM Armada have got thousands of subscribers. Red Zone Rogue's now hit 12,000. DM Armada's nearly at 9,000. And it just goes to show that even people like me, who have a YouTube channel, 400 odd subscribers, people that are in that space that are doing massive things for the game, and you know have the support from LSS directly with regards to preview cards and spoilers and all that sort of thing, they recognise people like us, people like Az from Go Again Gaming. What is he doing? Oh, he's wanting to make an Ultimate Pit Fight series that encapsulates the community at large. He wants to get us all involved. You know, if you go to these people and you put your ideas across, they will find value in what you're doing. And at the moment, because obviously the social space of Flesh and Blood is still very, very small, you can still get into that. You can still become a presence. You can still become a force for the community that you're representing. And you're only going to do that if you community build. You're not gonna be able to break into the community if you're standing there saying, notice me, notice me, notice me. That's not going to work. You can't let the YouTube algorithms do that for you, or the Twitter algorithms or anything like that. You need to communicate. You need to build relationships. You need to, again, get in the DMs, get in the mentions of the people that inspire you, you know, because these people will respond most of the time. The Flesh and Blood community is fantastic. So use Twitter to network and get involved with your community, because that's ultimately what's really, really sort of, I think, has ingrained me in the social sphere of Flesh and Blood. And I'm in contact with some awesome individuals that appreciate me as a person. And ultimately, I think content creation and community building is all about establishing and growing relationships, because the more relationships you have, the more things you can do, the more options you have, the more doors open to you. If you're just focusing on you and you only, that can sometimes have benefits, but I found that the most satisfaction that you can have, the most sort of engagement that you can have with the game, is through the people that play the game with you. It's all well and good making videos for yourself, and you know, if you're solely driven by watch time, subscribers, numbers, all of this stuff, you know, if you're one of those people that's, you know, sort of motivated by that and by, you know, monetary rewards and all that sort of thing, as to hitting thresholds, make sure you're getting paid on sponsorship, not like ads on YouTube and ad revenue and all that stuff, that's all well and good, but again, you have to ask yourself the question as a content creator, what is it that you want to get from content creation? Because again, I think it is very much an inward journey into yourself as well. Because if you look back at old videos that you've done, I know I have, you think, what on earth was I doing in that video? How was I speaking? What was I thinking? How was I trying to get my point across? And I think content creation again is a self sort of figuring out yourself exercise, because you can look back on yourself and think, oh, right, well, I was doing that back then, I'm doing this now, so look how I've evolved since then. It builds character. It really does. Making content builds character. And as you build that character, as you sort of find your way and find yourself and understand what sort of content you want to make, that is when people will start gravitating towards you. Because if you've got a vision, if you've got a goal or a vision or some sort of grandiose idea as to what you want to achieve, then people will take notice of that. You know, so it's all about finding what you want to share with the community that you're in this case, Flesh and Blood. It's all about finding what you want to share and focus on that. For me personally, it's about 3 things, and they all begin with C. So community is the top thing that I care about at the moment. And at the moment, the YouTube videos have been lacking because of this, because I'm on Twitter a lot more. I'm in the Discord a lot more. I'm engaging with lots of other members of the community. And that is what I think is what I get the most satisfaction from. I don't care about subscriber numbers. I don't care about watch time or anything like that. Albeit there will be a stage, hopefully, where I do have to care about those things. But at the moment, I'm in a nice little position where I can just sort of build up my community, build up the engagement, and just interact with people. So that's my number 1 thing, is community. And the second thing is collaborations, which is sort of in tandem with community. Collaborations is sort of building relationships in the community with other members of the community. And I've done this with a lot of members of the community. Red Zone Road, Deal Armada, Bill from Spike Feeders. Getting them onto the Ultimate Pit Fight series was a massive win for me, because I think those individuals, Stephen, Kell and Bill, are just advocates for this game. They really are. They're advocates for this game. And getting them all involved on this series, I'm editing the 3rd episode now, was a massive win, I think, for Flesh and Blood and the casual scene to see. And a lot of people have seen those videos, the multiplayer videos that we did. And rightly so, because it's just opened up, and I know it has, opened up a lot of people's minds to, oh, right, we can play Flesh and Blood casually. We can play Flesh and Blood for fun. Yes, you can. You don't have to be focused on the hyper-competitive meta and all of the optimal plays and lines in your deck to achieve the best result. You can by all means focus on that if you have a Flesh and Blood mind. You know, Matt Folks, Matt Rogers, Tariq Patel, all of those fantastic players. If you're a fantastic player and you've got the credibility and the results to back it up, then by all means make competitive content. But for me, I know myself. I know that I am not a competitive player. I just like to play the game for flavour and fun, and again, community building and casual play. And again, that's going into the point I made about collaborations and community. That's why I focus on that side of things, because I know that I'm not a ridiculously good player. I don't have the brain for that. My maths is awful. You know, if I'm trying to achieve the best numbers in a certain amount of time, that's not going to work. That is for the competitive players to do. Arsenal Pass and good friends in the combat chain, Patrick Shaw and Adam Filipchuk. People like that are just there in that space. You know, they number crunch and they're always figuring out the best plays. If you're one of those people, then by all means make content on that. But going back to what I was saying, my content is very community driven and collaboration driven. So just getting all these people in to play casual games and visiting the local game store series. Again, I'm organising more trips to do that for you as well, so we can see more sort of scenes going on in the UK, different shops as well. So again, that sort of goes into the collaborations and community part of it. And the third C, or the third thing I like to focus on, is again casual play, just having fun with the game. So ultimately, you do have to figure out what sort of person you are, what sort of content you want to make, what sort of feelings and vibes you want to put out there into the aether. And I believe that is what will get you noticed by LSS and by other content creators and by other personalities in this space. And I don't like to pretend that I know what I'm doing, because I don't. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But what I do know is that I'm having fun with this game. I'm connecting and collaborating with a lot of people. I'm having casual fun with the game, and I am community building. I like to interact with other members of the community. So I think, again, that is one of the most important things with content creation. But again, if you're different, if you like to make something different, if you want to focus on the hyper competitive aspects of the game, you can by all means do that. If you want to focus on the lore of the game, you can by all means do that. If you want to focus on commoner, you can now do that, because obviously we've had the official rules for that. If you want to focus on multiplayer, ultimate pit fight, you can do. So there's loads of avenues to go down. So which one are you going to explore as a content creator? Do you want to do box openings? Do you just want to stream cracking cards? You know, what do you want to do? What do you want to share? And that's what you have to ask yourself. And it's taken me a year to realise what I want to share, really. I always knew that I was a casual player, but I didn't know really how to portray that until recently, when I started doing videos with Red Zone Rogue and DM Armado with the Ultimate Pit Fight series, and give me a few ideas as to what I want to do with my content going forward. And ultimately, LSS still recognise that I plan to make content for their amazing game, and thank you for the Content Creator Appreciation Kit number 2. Going on to that, all patrons of my channel will get access to this this Content Creator Appreciation Kit. If it's in the form of promo cards, you'll be able to get some of those. So by all means, check out my Patreon in the link tree below to join that, to be able to get your hands on some of this stuff. And also, I'm going to be running a Go Again Gaming Open for number 4. I know there was speculation on Twitter and Discord as to the Go Again Gaming Open 4 being the Ultimate Pit Fight version, but had a lot of things come up during that time. Wasn't really much interest in that at the time either. Well, there was, but it was just hard to get off the ground, and I screwed up some of the dates, so apologies for that. But yeah, Go Again Gaming Open 4 will be very much a competition, one-on-one competition, Swiss round sort of situation, where prizes will be supported by this kit. So keep an eye out for that. And again, join the Discord if you haven't done so already. But I hope you've got something out of this. I mean, it's been a 17-minute video of me just rambling about content creation, tips, tricks, experiences, journeys of what I've had so far, what you might want to do, what you might want to consider. But leave a comment in the section below as to what you think content creation is all about, because I'd love to hear your thoughts, because everybody is different. As I said, everybody is different. Every person in this world has a preference as to who they tune into, who they want to hear from. So that person might be you. But are you making videos? Are you making content? Do you know what you want to be doing with this game, with this community? Do you know how you want to engage? Do you know what you want to achieve? You have to ask yourself those questions to really sort of proceed with this game and get noticed by the head honchos at LSS. But I've been Az from Go Again Gaming. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. But that's just my my thoughts on a page for today, because I was never going to get this in a Twitter post. Let's be honest. Peace, and again, thank you for my patrons. And again, go and check out the link tree in the description box below for ways you can help support the channel directly. Speaking of which, actually, the Card Vault, which you can see up there, this whole thing is powered by Card Vault, basically. They have just put up Uprising pre-orders. They're expecting a huge allocation, so make sure you go and pre-order some stuff over there. I already know that a few of my patrons in Discord and other Discord members are looking at that as a way of procuring their Uprising stuff. So make sure you go in there and use the Go Again Gaming discount code for some money off your order and help support the channel directly. And also check out all the other links as well. You've got Neomachi clothes over there, which are absolutely fantastic. You've got Wraith energy drinks for us gamers that are staying up till God knows how long in the evening. Sugar-free energy drinks, fantastic. And then we got Patreon as well that you can check out for helping support the channel directly and getting your hands on some of those promo cards, I believe, if that's what they're sending me. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. We're 20 minutes in now, so we're going to leave it there. I keep forgetting to mention as well, Card Vault, of course, are doing the history packs as well, which I'm going to be getting. So yeah, have a lovely day. That's it.